Hey everybody, Paul Preston here from Called Into Question Trivia Events with an OBS Studio tutorial for you today. Today we're going to be talking about the Move Sources filter, which I use all the time in my trivia events to bring on some information on screen and animate it and then take it off again. You can move your camera around with this filter. You can trigger this filter and toggle it from your Stream Deck. And I'm going to show you how to do all that stuff. Let's not waste any time. Come on. All right, everybody, here we are inside OBS Studio, and the first thing we need to do is go and get ourselves a source, right? And that source is going to be a static image, so I'm going to go to Image here, click on that, and then we're going to call this one TY for thank you, because that's what I'm going to be putting up on screen, just so I can remember it. Browse for that image, and just click on it, and there it is. I'm going to size this down a bit, because it's way big, and where it's going to be going is in the corner here. I'm going to quickly put this in the stack behind my overlay. You may notice down here I've got the scenes and sources reversed from where most people do. I keep my sources on the left and my scenes on the right. Don't let that confuse you. They're still the same things. All right, that looks good. Nice size and everything. That's exactly where I want it. So now what we're going to do, that we have the source, is we're going to deal with scenes from now on. This Move Sources filter is a little confusing, but it's going to be activated in the scenes column, not in the sources column, right? So you find the scene it's in this case, it's in a scene called website here. I'm going to go to filters, and then I'm going to add a new filter, and that new filter is going to be Move Source. All right, I'm going to call this source TY in, because this is the position where I want it to be when it flies in on the screen. I'm going to make sure that this little source drop-down menu is set to the source that I want, which is TY right there. And then I'm going to hit Get Transform. All right, and what that's going to do is lock in the coordinates of where this graphic is on screen for where I want it to be in. All right, so we're done with that one now. Now I'm going to add another source for its out position. Add Move Source Filter and call this one TY out. All right, and this time make sure it's the right one here in the source dropdown. But I'm not going to hit Transform just yet. I need to move this source to where I want it. So I highlight it and move it to where its out position is going to be, which I want it to be up there. Okay, now I can hit Get Transform, and voila, it's going to work, I believe. Let's see. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. I'll move this out of the way. And we hit TY in, whoop, right in there. TY out, boop, just like that, right? It's a little fast for me. I can go ahead and come in here and hit my custom duration. I'm going to put that at 1,000 milliseconds, so that's 1 second coming in. Do the same thing on the other one. So make sure they come in and out at the same speed. You can do anything you want, obviously. All right, now let's test this out and see how it goes. TY in. Oh, that's nice and relaxing. Look at that. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, good speed. Okay, great. We are done with animating that part. Now, let's head over to our Stream Deck and see how we can trigger this with a button. It's a little bit confusing to begin with, but I'm going to make it easy for you. Let's go. All right, everybody, as you can see, I've got my Stream Deck interface up on screen with a nice clean board here. Very first thing we're going to do is go ahead and grab a multi-action switch. That's under the Stream Deck menu. Make sure it's the multi-action switch, not just multi-action. All right, that's our first move here. Second move is we're going to have to download a plugin. And I know that sounds like a drag, but it's really not. Super easy to download and install, and a very, very useful plugin for your Stream Deck. I'm talking about Bar Raiders OBS tools. The link is down in the description. So you can go ahead and hit pause right now. Go ahead and download that and install it into your Stream Deck as a plugin. Once you've done that, come on back, find OBS tools in your menu here, and grab a filter toggle from that list. Drag it into your first page of your multi-action, then go to the second page and do the same thing. Drag another filter toggle in there, then go back to the first page. Go ahead and click on that OBS Tools filter toggle, and you see you have some decisions to make down here. First of all, make sure both pages are set to enable. You are enabling a filter, and then you're enabling another filter. You're not enabling and disabling anything in this case, right? So you're going to leave both of those to enable on page 1 and 2. Then you're going to go to source name, second confusing thing, because we're used to dealing with sources as sources in OBS. We're actually talking about the scene name here, since that's where our filters are, remember? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go down to website in my case. You're going to have whatever scene you have in your case. And then under filter name, there they are. I'm going to do TY in on this case on the first page, and then I'm going to go to the second page and do the exact same thing. Click on filter toggle, make sure that's on enable. Source name is website in my case, which is the scene as we've talked about before. Filter name is TY out in this case. All right. Then let's head over to another scene here. And since I have that scene nested in other scenes, I can probably run it from right here and hit the button and see if it works. Hey, look at that. One button in and one button out. So simple, so smooth, so easy. I run a weekly trivia event, guys. And you know, for me, sometimes I have some information that I just need to convey for that 1 week. And maybe I don't want to go into something fancy like Adobe After Effects and spend a half an hour making a sparkly announcement with a light sweep and all that stuff. I do that sometimes if I have the time. Sometimes I need just something to pop up and be a little bit dynamic, something that'll pop on screen, convey some information, and then pop off screen again. You can use this for lower thirds, for moving your camera around, all kinds of stuff. So I would highly encourage you to play with the Move Sources filter inside OBS. It's very powerful, especially when you can couple it with the OBS tools with Bar Rater and use your Stream Deck to toggle filters on and off in OBS. It's a very powerful combination, and I hope you have fun with it. And I also hope this video was useful to you today. If it was, go ahead and give a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time for the next OBS Studio tutorial.